Good morning. How is everybody today? Hope everybody's having a good morning so far. Sorry. My morning consisted of I really just wanted to stay in bed. But I got up because I had to go to work and I wanted to come see you guys. So I'm going to just pop on and invite a bunch of people like I've been trying to remember to do. So I hope everybody has a good weekend planned. I know it's been like super cold. It's all we've heard on the radio is about how cold it is. And it's like, well, yeah, we kind of know that. But I did hear last night that it is supposed to warm up this weekend. So that would be a nice change. I have to go out of town this weekend for work. So it would be nice that it's not freezing while I have to travel. Not far, just Boston, but it'd be nice if we could, walk around Boston maybe just a little bit. All right, trying to do this very quickly. I think I'm getting better at it. I'm not really sure though. Seems like I am, but maybe it's just me. All right, so today we're going to talk about astrology again. So we're going to talk about Aquarius. So that is the zodiac sign that we are currently in. But we have a few other things we're going to go over just real quick. I have quite a few people that fall under the Aquarius sign. My son just had a birthday. My granddaughter's birthday is today. And my stepdaughter's boyfriend just had a birthday. My boss just had a birthday. My friend just had a birthday. So like, there's a lot of people I know that are in the Aquarius sign. All right. I'm almost done here, but still going. That was it. All right, so everybody's been invited. So we're going to talk about Aquarius this morning, but we're going to do a couple other little things real quick. We've been trying to remember to smudge in the morning. Good morning, Jennifer. How are you? Glad to see you on. And we've smudged with the bundle, which is what we usually smudge with in the morning. But I wanted to just, we've done this before, but I want to kind of come back and just make sure we're refreshing everything. So this is what a charcoal disc looks like. And so they come in these bundles. You can buy it, I think there's 10 in here, but I buy it by the case. So I get 10 packs of 10 because I really like to burn my charcoal. And I bought this at an antique store, and I think I've showed it to you guys before, but so this is what is actually a Chinese press. It's what they would have used to press their clothes, like their version of an iron. But it's really good because it's made to hold that heat, because this gets really, really hot. And still with that, I do set it on a little glass plate, just because my table is wood. And I don't want, even though it's not going to catch on fire, it's not going to burn or anything, but it might discolor my wood table. And I would be upset if my wood table had little marks all over it. So you'll kind of hear when it starts to light. See, it's kind of snapping and popping. So that's how you know it's lit. And then I just drop it down in the little... Now it's in there. And then I have this huge tray behind me that is completely full of incense. So this one is for passion. And we have some aloe. I got so many, I can't show them to you all because we'd be here all morning. But let's see, what's this one? Ah, some good old vervain. Let's put a little vervain on there this morning. Anybody that watches anything with vampires, vervain. But it's hard to show you because the tin, I don't want it to all spill out, but that's what it looks like. And then you just take a pinch of it and you just sprinkle it right on the top there of the charcoal. And then you get yourself a nice little smudge. Great for just if you want smell as well in the house. It's a great way to do like an incense. I'm stuck right now on the cedar berries. I love these. I'm going to just drop one of those and you just drop it right on top of the disc if you can open the bag. I'm just going to take one out, put it right on that disc. And so that's going to burn on there now. So that was our little smudge for this morning. And now we're going to go to the card we pulled last Thursday out of the deck was the Grounding Harmony. So we're going to put that one back and pull a new one. It seems like my arms have suddenly got shorter. My little stand over there seems like it's getting farther and farther away. All right, so putting this one back, and I'll just shuffle them up. And like I said, this card pull is not for anyone particular. It's just kind of for the group as a whole. It's just a really good way. I guess that's the card we'll use. Sometimes they just jump out at you. Just a really good way for us to study and learn. If anybody ever wants me to pull a card, all you have to do is put it in the comments or send me a private message and I'll pull. I currently have 4 decks that I use and the pendulum. What do you want to know how I store, Jennifer? Sorry. All right, so we pulled light codes. And so this is with the 3rd eye chakra, and the crystal is sodalite. My smudging stuff, I have that huge stand here that's on wheels, and it has all my books and candles and smudge stuff and binders, and it's huge. It's probably almost 6 feet tall, and it's on wheels, and it rolls around. So I can move it if I need to, but I can take a picture of it for you and post it. How's that? And my space here is kind of like, you know, I've got my feathers and any pens I need. I've got a little plate here with a bunch of crystals. I have my candle. I have my generator. I have my mala beads. I have my wooden wand here on my desk. I have my selenite wand on my desk. Then I have the little smudging, that sits right here. I have my candle that my husband helped me make. It's got my little sari ribbon on it. My shell is here with my sage and my Palo Santos. I have some more sage in my stand over there. I have my Ganesha bell is here, and then I have a little picture of in a frame, which is the picture that's on the top of the group page, the tree with the hands. So I have a picture right there, so it's a nice little visual for me when I sit here to see that and be working with you guys to have that up there for me. So that's kind of it. It gets kind of messy, but because there's so much in such a small space, but I have all my plants back here too. So all of this, you can see some of my plants sticking out. And there's some plant here, you can see, but all behind me, all this is all plants all the way around me. So I have all my, you can see the little pieces of plants up here. So that's my workspace is right here. And then I have a couple other altars. Yeah, the visuals, yeah. So light codes. So this is what we pulled. So it does go with the third eye chakra. It is the sodalite, which is this one that I'm wearing. And so I'll just read that to you. All beings come into each lifetime with light codes they carry and transmit over the course of their lives. These multidimensional pieces of information and wisdom are shared without conscious communication. You are activating new light codes of healing right now, and you can use them to help yourself and others as you feel called. To understand more about these light codes, go into meditation, consult your guides, ask for clear signs, symbols, and guidance. And the herb is mandrake root, and I don't believe I have any mandrake root. Otherwise, I could have put some of that on the smudge, on the charcoal. I don't have any. So you can see this is still going. And if you just kind of shake it up a little bit and get some of the, because the herbs sit on the top. So if you just kind of shake it up a little bit. And then when it's all done burning and it's just the ash that's left, I put those, once it's cooled, I put them in my plants. So all my ashes go into my plants. So. I'm not sure, Jennifer. I don't know. My husband loves the movie The Labyrinth. He could tell you. So real quick, I wanted to show you, we talked in the last two videos about in bulk. And I told you you could do this cute little easy wet decoration. So I just took a kitchen glass. You can see it has a football symbol on it, but I don't really care. So I put, this is just salt. So you fill it with, put the salt in, and then you take your bay leaves, and don't drop them, and you just stick them in there. Trying to pick it up without breaking it. You just stick them in there. And so that is a very good visual representation of spring coming. So that's your little flowers poking out through the snow. And then you can just set that anywhere you want. Counter, table, wherever. So quick, it's easy. Most everybody's got bay leaves and most everybody's got salt and a glass in their house. So like I said, you could get a glass if you wanted and decorate it a little bit more. You could put glitter on it. You could put ribbon on it. You could, you know, anything like that. But I like to just have, it's simple, it's easy, and then I didn't spend any money on it. So it's a nice little way. So let's talk about Aquarius while we have a few minutes here. All right. So Aquarius is the symbol that we are, zodiac sign that we are in now. And so it is an air sign, which always messes me up because I think Aquarius should be a water sign. I don't know why it's an air sign, but it is. I usually have tea, Jennifer, but this morning I just was called to hot chocolate. guess I needed a little sweetness in my morning. So Aquarius is an air sign. It is the sign of dawn. It is associated with the east, and it is associated with spring. So again, we're moving into that spring, which is the in bulk that we've just been talking about. So your typical tools for an Aquarius would be your sword and your incense. So we've just talked a little bit about the incense there. And colors associated with Aquarius are pale yellow and pale blue. I did not make those up. I don't know who made those up, but that's what my book says. So Aquarius is, like I said, I know a lot of people that are Aquarius. And in my opinion, each one of them, even though they're all Aquarius, are very, very different. So again, that goes back to what are your sun sign, your rising sign, your ascending sign, your Mars, Venus, and Mercury all played into that differently to build who you are and make that different personality types. So even though I know 5 or 6 people that are all Aquarius, they're all very different, and that's going to depend on where the rest of their chart is. So if you haven't done your chart, again, I recommend that you do. I can put the links up. The links are on my group page several times, but I can put them right in the bottom of the video later on today. So if anybody's interested, they can find that really easily. Air signs, Aquarius sign is, it's kind of broke down, but like I said, just because I say this about Aquarius doesn't mean that's going to fit you to a T. Parts of it may resonate with you and parts of it may not, because again, that all depends on where the rest of your chart is. So, and remember, your birth sign is in your chart is like your core personality. So you have your your first impression part, and then you have your subconscious part of you, and then all the Mercury and Mars and is how you love and how you fight and all those things. But your birth sign is kind of your core part of you. But if, like I said, if something doesn't really resonate with you, it's probably because of another part of your chart is got your personality type into something else. So just the real basics on Aquarius. Your strengths are usually that you're very witty. You're very inventive. You typically are an original, which again, because like I said, all the Aquariuses I know are very, very different. So they're original, and they tend to be some sort of humanitarian. And that doesn't necessarily mean they're out saving the world. Morning, Tammy. Thanks for popping on with us. So humanitarian doesn't mean that you're out saving the world. You just may be, you may be a doctor, you may be a vet, you may be work with charity. So there's all different kinds of things that can fall into. So don't limit like that. Because I know, like when I was first learning about my sign, it said I was very creative, and I was like, I'm not very creative. I don't create much. And then I kind of got thinking about it, and it's like, well, I'm always working on something. I'm not creative as far as I don't write poetry, and I don't write songs, and I don't paint or draw. But my creativity is very different than what you typically think of for the word creativity. So when I say these words that are supposing to describe you, if you're an Aquarius, don't be limited with the typical definition of the word. You kind of have to think outside of the box a little bit. Some of your weaknesses can be you are stubborn. Every Aquarius I know, besides maybe one, is stubborn as hell. My son is an Aquarius, and he is the most stubborn person, besides me, that I have ever met. I'm pretty darn stubborn. I'm not an Aquarius though. You can also be very rebellious. And again, that was definitely my son. He is and still is very rebellious. He does not like authority, and he does not like being told what to do. And if you tell him what to do, he's pretty much going to do the opposite. So yeah, so that's some of the weaknesses. Again, if you think of air just kind of comes and goes. It's very, it's all around you. It's very steady. And so you can kind of think of Aquarius like that. But you can also think that, you know, if it's very windy, it can be very destructive. So there's always a good, peaceful part of everything. And then there's always kind of that other side, because there's always got to be that balance, right? Everything's got to have a balance. The Aquarius has got a stable flow. It's a very grounded movement typically. It can be a dangerous movement, but it's typically, you know, air is around us every day, and for the most part you don't even, you know, realize it because it's just there for you. But it can be windy and things of that sort. So that typically plays into the whole part of the personality type of you. So typically Aquariuses are very visionary people. So they can be always looking for something unconventional. They're looking to create new things, seek their own way. They're typically not going to be somebody that's going to want to be around a big crowd. They do want people around, but they don't typically like to have be in a really big crowd. So they, you know, they're just not ones to go out to big parties typically and things of that sort. Like we talked about Capricorn last month or whatever it was, and we talked about how Capricorns like to have just a very few friends, and if you are their friend, you will be their friend forever. They will be very loyal to you. And Aquarius is kind of like that, not quite so strong on the loyalty part as a Capricorn. A Capricorn, once they've decided you're in their circle, like you're in their circle. Aquarius likes to have that same kind of circle of friends, but they're not quite so like once you're in the circle, you're there for life. It may come and go a little bit for them and change. And not to say that they're not loyal or anything. It's just it's not that same way as a Capricorn. Like once you're in their circle, then they'll pretty much, you know, do anything for you, and you're there forever. An Aquarius likes a small group of friends, and like once you're there, you'll be friends, but you know, you may kind of get out of the circle, and some other people may come in the circle. So they're not fond of crowds. They're constantly looking, like I said, they're constantly looking to do things their own way. They're constantly looking to discover something. They're looking for things that, like, how do I want to say it? They're looking to do things unconventionally, like out of the box kind of things. And they're always forming new opinions. So like it's like that constant like movement of air. So they're constantly wanting to go on to the next thing, to discover more, to learn more, to find a different way to do things. So it's that constant movement like air. But like I said, they are stubborn, which I'm not quite sure how that falls into the air category of that, but it is one of the things that they are stubborn. I drew a little picture here for you, so you'll have to see my notebook real quick. So this right here is the symbol for the air sign. And I believe I have those in an album somewhere. If I don't, I will check and get them for you, because the air, water, earth, and all those all have the triangle symbol. They're all a little different. So I can, if I don't have those in the photo album, I'll certainly get those up there for you. I think I have little memes or something for them. So again, like I said, if something doesn't, resonate exactly with you, if you're an Aquarius, or if you know an Aquarius and you're kind of like, well, that part seems to fit, but that part doesn't really seem to fit. It's depending on where the rest of their chart lies. And so without having, a full chart, it's kind of hard to pinpoint everything. But this is like a basic. This is like an overall basic of who you are. These are what you're going to read your horoscopes from the paper, or wherever you get your horoscope from is going to be based on these signs. But there really is a lot you can dig into with your chart. It's really quite interesting. The few people that I've had that have actually got their chart and have really sat down and done some research and looked into things. I'm trying to just get that going a little bit again. Have really made some, pretty interesting discoveries about themselves. And, a lot of things you kind of say, well, I already knew that, Like me, I know I'm stubborn. I'll tell you right up, I'm stubborn as hell. And if I think you're doing it wrong and and I don't want to do it that way, I really have no problem telling you that I think you're wrong and I don't want to do it that way. And that didn't fit into my Sagittarius. So like I was kind of like, well, I don't really know where that comes from. But then when I realized that my moon sign is Capricorn, which I hate to say, but my moon sign is Capricorn. And so that is where some of that bossiness comes from. So, but now it makes sense. So if you have your chart and you can, eventually we'll talk about all the signs, because as we go through the year, we're going to talk about each sign. I did post yesterday Athena's video on Aquarius. And so like a few weeks ago, I posted her one on the Capricorn. And so I will try to remember to do that. So each time we move into a new sign, I'll try to post her video for you so you can watch that. I always think it's good, I want you to watch me. I want you to, be here with me. But I always think it's good to, always have a couple of different perspectives on things. Again, my way is not always right. As much as I'd like to think that it is, it's not always right. Or with magic, there's really no really right or wrong way. People get stuck on, like, that's what it says right there. That's what it says. But it's not always 100% that way. My alarm for work. So it's, but learning all the rest of your chart and learning where the rest of your signs are and how those play into you really can make a difference. I've only learned about my chart maybe 4 or 5 months ago, and really started to dig into some of the other signs, which is now why you guys are learning about them, because I'm sharing with you as I learn. But it really made a big difference, because sometimes when something comes up for me and I kind of get upset or something, and I kind of know where that comes from, and then I know how to deal with it a little bit better. So learning all about your zodiac signs and your charts and where all your signs lay is going to help you be a lot more adaptive to yourself and to your surroundings. And it's kind of hard to think of it that way sometimes, because it seems like, well, why just knowing it's going to help me any, but it really does help me. Like I said, there's been things that have come up, and I get upset or I get frustrated, or because that's like that stubborn part of me, that part that wants to have control of everything and wants everybody to do things my way. Being aware of that, sometimes I still react. I'm human, I'm not perfect. Sometimes I still react, but there has been times where I've kind of sat back a little bit and thought, Capricorn, damn you. So just being aware of things is going to, and just learning things is going to help you just be more aware. And being more aware, you know, is going to just help you hopefully be a little bit, I don't want to say less reactive, because I don't want you to turn off your emotions, so to speak, but sometimes you can better react to situations by kind of understanding who you are and how things play for you. So that is it for Aquarius. Like I said, I know our videos are kind of short, so they're usually about a half an hour. I think Athena's video is a little closer to an hour, and she's talking about Aquarius in there. Just a note that those videos she did back in, I don't know, 2014, 2015. So if she's talking about any class content or upcoming things, they're old videos, okay? So just so you know that up front, that those are older videos. And so anything that she might be talking about, upcoming classes or events or anything like that, is long past done. And if you ever want information on her classes, I can certainly help you with that as well. If you have any comments, questions, you can put them down in the feed here, or you can send me a private message if you're more comfortable that way. Like I said, I'm always willing to do a card pull or a pendulum. If you have a question the pendulum can help you with, I'm willing to do that for you. It's always right here. So ask away. I actually just got a new pendulum as well, and that stays in my pocketbook, because this one stays here on my desk. And a couple of times I've been asked for questions, and it's like, it's at home, I can't. And so now I have two. So I have one that stays here and one that travels with me. It's in my pocketbook, so if anybody asks me, I can get that for them. Anyway, I had a few stones I wanted to go over, but we will have to do that again another time, because I don't have time today. Just want to remind you that I am doing a giveaway for February. Again, I haven't looked at the calendar close enough, but I got to get a picture up for you guys. So February is obviously Valentine's Day. Everybody wants love and Valentine's Day. So I have a rose quartz here for you. It's a nice big piece of rose quartz. And I have a little thing of Dia perfume. And I haven't put it together yet, but I think I'm going to put a couple of maybe some incense in there for you as well. And yeah, so it's just a giveaway. You don't really have to do anything for it. Just, comment in it, but I will get the picture up hopefully tonight when I get home. I will get that picture up and get it in the group, so you can start putting some comments in there if that's something you're interested in winning. I want to be able to get it posted and drawn so that I can get it to you before Valentine's Day, because I don't want you to get it like in March. I want you to have it for Valentine's Day. So I will try really hard to get that picture up there tonight. And like I said, I have a bunch of different incense, so maybe I'll just make a little mixed thing of incense and give you 4 or 5 incense with it or something. So that will be on there. And with that, I need to go to work, so I'm not late. I have a very busy day. And then, like I said, tomorrow I'm off to Boston for a couple of days for a show. So, never been to a show before. Be my first one. I have no idea what's going to happen. I'm either going to love it or I'm going to hate it. I'm going on the not so much, but got to try it once. So, everybody have a wonderful day. Like I said, if you have any questions, comments, anything that you want to talk about that I haven't talked about, let me know, because I will make sure to get it in here on a video. I did have somebody ask about the medicine bags that I posted that I made. So we will have maybe a class or two going over how you can make yourself a little medicine bag if that's something you're interested in. And so I guess that's it. So I will see you guys on Tuesday next week. Seems so far away for some reason. I don't know why. It just seems like you guys are going to be gone forever. But I'll see you on Tuesday. And remember to be kind. Your kindness could change your day and somebody else's day. Everybody has a story. Everybody has something going on. So that grumpy, miserable person that you come across today may have had something really bad happen to them or have lost a loved one. And your kindness may change their day for them and yours. So remember, always be kind. It's free. Doesn't cost you anything. And it's going to be spread and it's going to go everywhere and everybody's going to be kind, right? It's all going to be rainbows and butterflies and soft kitties. All right? We can hope. All right. Lots of love. Have a great day.